Alright guys, so I'm a huge fan of the show Survivor. I've been following Survivor since the very first season, guys. And this season is the 40th season. 20 years, 40 seasons. And this 40th season is Winners at War. Okay, so everybody that's playing on the 40th season is a winner of one of the seasons on Survivor. Every contestant that's playing on the 40th season, Winners at War, has won the game at least once. The only person that's won the game twice is Sandra. So let me introduce you to the host of the show, Jeff Probst. Alright guys, so this is Jeff Probst. He's the host of the Survivor show for the last 40 seasons. There are 20 contestants and they're on the Fiji Island for 39 days. And the one who outwits, outplays, and outlasts all the other contestants will win $2 million. Now usually the prize money is $1 million, guys, but this time Survivor decided to go with $2 million as the prize. Unbelievable, guys. Okay, so let me introduce you to the contestants. This is Natalie Anderson. Her hometown is Colombo, Sri Lanka. Current residence, Edgewater, New Jersey. And she is the winner of San Juan del Sur, season 29. Tyson Apostle. Hometown, Linden, Utah. Current residence, Mesa, Arizona. Tyson has played Survivor 3 times. He is the winner of Blood vs. Water, season 27. Danny Boatwright. Hometown, Tonganoxie, Kansas. Current residence, Shawnee, Kansas. Danny won Guatemala, season 11. Sophie Georgina Clark. Hometown, Willsboro, New York. Current residence, Santa Monica, California. Sophie is the winner of South Pacific, season 23. Jeremy Collins. Hometown, Cambridge, Massachusetts. Current residence, Foxborough, Massachusetts. Jeremy has played Survivor twice. He is the winner of Second Chance, season 31. Sandra Diaz Twine. Hometown, Stamford, Connecticut. Current residence, Riverview, Florida. Sandra has played Survivor 3 times, and she was a mentor on the Island of the Idols, season 39. But she's won the game twice, and she's the only contestant playing right now that's won the game twice. So she is the winner of Pearl Islands, season 7, and also she is the winner of Heroes vs. Villains, season 20. Ben Driebergen. Hometown, Boise, Idaho. Current residence, Boise, Idaho. Ben is the winner of Heroes vs. Healers vs. Hustlers, season 35. Michelle Fitzgerald. Hometown, Freehold, New Jersey. Current residence, Hoboken, New Jersey. Michelle is the winner of Chiron, season 32. Wendell Holland. Hometown, Philadelphia. Current residence, Philadelphia. Wendell is the winner of Ghost Island, season 36. Adam Klein. Hometown, Burlingame, California. Current residence, Los Angeles. Adam is the winner of Millennials vs. Gen X, season 33. Yul Kwon. Hometown, Concord, California. Current residence, Los Altos, California. Yul is the winner of Cook Islands, season 13. Sarah Lucina. Hometown, Muscatine, Iowa. Current residence, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Sarah has played Survivor twice. She is the winner of Game Changers, season 34. Amber Mariano. Hometown, Beaver, Pennsylvania. Current residence, Pensacola, Florida. Amber has played Survivor twice. She is the winner of All Stars, season 8. Boston, Rob Mariano. Hometown, Boston. Current residence, Pensacola, Florida. Rob has played Survivor 4 times and was a mentor on the Island of the Idols, season 39. Rob is the winner of Redemption Island, Season 22. Poverty Shallow. Hometown Atlanta. Current residence Los Angeles. Poverty has played Survivor 3 times. She is the winner of Fans vs. Favorites, Season 16. Kim Spradlin Wolf. Hometown San Antonio. Current residence San Antonio. Kim is the winner of One World, Season 24. Denise Stapley. Hometown Marion, Iowa. Current residence Marion, Iowa. Denise is the winner of Philippines, Season 25. Anthony Tony Vlachos. Hometown Jersey City, New Jersey. Current residence Allendale, New Jersey. Tony has played Survivor twice. He is the winner of Cagayan, Season 28. Nick Wilson. Hometown Williamsburg, Kentucky. Current residence Williamsburg, Kentucky. Nick is the winner of David vs. Goliath, Season 37. Ethan Zahn. Hometown Lexington, Massachusetts. Current residence Hillsborough, New Hampshire. Ethan has played Survivor twice. He is the winner of Africa, Season 3. Alright guys, so you just saw the contestants in black and white, and here they are in color. So this is the host of the show, Jeff Probst, Natalie Anderson, Tyson Apostle, Danny Boatwright, Sophie Georgina Clark, Jeremy Collins, Sandra Diaz Twine, Ben Driebergen, Michelle Fitzgerald, Wendell Holland, Adam Klein, Yul Kwan, Sarah Lucina, Amber Mariano, Rob Mariano, and these two guys right here, Amber and Rob, are married. Rob proposed to Amber on Survivor, guys. She beat him playing Survivor. She won $1 million, and then Rob got down on one knee and proposed to Amber, and they now have 4 daughters together. Poverty Shallow, Kim Spradlin Wolf, Denise Stapley, Anthony Tony Vlachos, Nick Wilson, and Ethan Zahn. Okay guys, so who am I rooting for? I'm rooting for Amber or Rob. Alright guys, so if either one of them do not win the game, here are my other favorites. I don't know which order they're in. All I'm going to say is I would prefer them to win over other contestants. So I'm rooting for Natalie, Jeremy Collins. I wouldn't mind if Sandra won. If Sandra wins this season, the 40th season, she will have won 3 times, guys. So she's already won $2 million playing Survivor. If she wins again, she'll win an additional $2 million. Michelle Fitzgerald or Yul Kwan, Sarah Lucina, and as I told you, Amber and Rob. I'm rooting for them. I'm rooting for Kim. I'm rooting for Tony. And I'm rooting for Ethan. If Rob or Amber don't win, I'm rooting for all those other contestants. For those of you who watch the show, you already know what the show is about. But if you've never watched this show, it's really, really a great show, guys. The object of the game of Survivor is to outwit, outplay, and outlast all the other contestants. So there's 20 contestants. They're on the Fiji Island for 39 days. Now here's what happens during those 39 days, guys. They're divided into 2 teams. One team is Dakal and the other team is Sealy. Tribe Dakal, Tribe Sealy. Those 2 teams are called tribes. So while they're on the tribe, they're still competing against each other in a way. And then during the challenges, they will also compete against each other. Dakal will compete against Sealy. Alright, so you have reward challenges and you have immunity challenges. Now in the reward challenge, early on, you might win flint or you might win some pillows and blankets for comfort. But then it gets real serious, guys, because they get really hungry out here on the island. They're basically eating off of the island, so they are provided with rice. They do have some fruit that they have to forage for, and they can fish. Now on the reward challenge is about food. So if your team wins the reward challenge, you're going to get food back at your camp, okay? And depending upon what they're playing for. Jeff will usually reveal what they're actually playing for, what food they're actually playing for during the challenge. And then there's an immunity challenge, where the tribe that loses the challenge goes to tribal council. And they all sit around the campfire, and they kind of hash it all out, and one of them is voted off. But in this season, rather than just sending them home, Survivor is giving them a second chance by sending them to Edge of Extinction Island. Once a contestant is voted off at Tribal Council, Survivor is giving them a second chance to get back into the game by not just voting them off the game, but placing them on the island of Edge of Extinction. Each team is given a buff. Okay, so Dakal has a buff and Seeley has a buff. Alright guys, so this is the buff for the Dakal tribe. Okay, so this is the 40th season. Outwit, outplay, outlast. Alright, and each team member wears the buff. So there's Sandra wearing her buff around her forehead, and Nick is sitting right next to Sandra, and he's wearing his buff on his forehead as well. And there's Tyson. He's wearing his buff around his forehead. Nick is wearing his buff around his forehead. Sophie is wearing her buff around her neck. And there's another photograph of Nick wearing his buff around his forehead. Now this is the Seeley tribe Winners at War buff. Also, it says outwit, outplay, outlast, Winners at War. And here's Michelle Fitzgerald wearing her buff as an article of clothing. So those buffs that I just showed you, Jeff Probst is going to say, drop your buffs. And they're going to drop those buffs, and they're going to be given new buffs, and they're going to draw for new buffs. They can't see the color of their buff. When Jeff Probst says, drop your buffs, they're going to drop their buffs. They're no longer going to be two teams, Dakal tribe versus the Seeley tribe. I think this is the point where they become one tribe. If it isn't tonight, it will be in the next couple of episodes. I'm not sure if tonight's episode they're going to stay in two tribes or merge as one. But it should be interesting, guys. Once they merge as one team, it's everyone for themselves, guys. So when they have a food challenge, whatever contestant wins that food challenge, Jeff Probst will say, choose two people to eat with you. And the person that wins that challenge chooses two people. And then sometimes Jeff Probst will say, okay, choose one more to come along with you. And now they're all starving, guys. They're all so very hungry at this point in the game. They all want to eat. And that can cause a lot of anger and a lot of resentment, because you think that you're in alliance with that person, and then that person does not choose you to come along and eat with them. On the immunity challenges, if you win the necklace, you cannot be voted off. The only other way you can't be voted off is if you find an idol. So Survivor places idols all wrapped up in various locations on the Fiji Islands. And if you find an idol, you cannot be voted off. So at Tribal Council, Jeff Probst will say, if anybody has a hidden idol and would like to play that idol, they're allowed to play the idol. And if your name's written down on that parchment paper, you don't get voted off, guys. So that idol can save you from being voted off. Alright guys, so that's basically it. You know, it's really a great reality show. And this is a tough season because everybody knows the game, you know. And all of these players have won at least one time. With the exception of Sandra, she's won twice. So that's who I'm rooting for, guys. I'm rooting for Amber and Rob. It's going to be extremely difficult for either one of them to win because they have a huge target on their back. Amber has actually been voted off. She's been voted off onto Edge of Extinction Island. There are 5 contestants right now that have been voted off and are over at the Edge of Extinction Island. Natalie, Tyson, and Danny have all been voted off and are now presently on the Edge of Extinction Island. Amber and Ethan are also over at Edge of Extinction Island. And I believe one of those contestants that are over at Edge of Extinction Island will be given an opportunity to get back into the game to win $2 million. And there's one other twist of the game this season for the 40th season. They have an additional twist. So there's a form of currency called fire tokens, which allows players to purchase items, food, and advantages. Probst said that in trying to make this season memorable, they had come up with the idea of fire tokens to emphasize that the game is about creating a society, and these tokens could help in establishing that society. Each player starts the game with one token, and when eliminated by tribal vote and sent to the edge of extinction, they must give their tokens up to any player remaining in the game. Tribes, prior to the merge, and players after the merge can collectively use their tokens to buy reward items, which can include an advantage in the next immunity challenge. Players on the edge of extinction are able to secretly make deals with players still in the game to sell them advantages located only at the edge of extinction for their tokens. Those players can then use the tokens at the edge of extinction to buy luxuries and advantages for the eventual challenge that will bring one player back into the game. So guys, if you've been watching Survivor, you know exactly what Survivor is about. And it's kind of like real life, guys. They're all voting each other out of this game. They're all being deceptive. You think one player is going to be voted out, and then you're blindsided at tribal council because another person is voted off instead of the person you thought was going home, you know? Alright guys, so it's a great, great show. I watched the show faithfully. I'm a huge fan. And I'm really, really curious to see who's going to win the $2 million. It's really exciting, guys, because someone is going to win $2 million. Now, usually there'll be 3 remaining players. And those 3 remaining players will attempt to explain to the members who were voted off the show why they deserve the $2 million. Usually, when you're voted off, you go to Ponderosa if you make the jury. But I'm not sure if they're doing that this season, guys. It seems like they're all going to Edge of Extinction. But at some point, there's going to be a jury. And the jury members go to Ponderosa where they can eat to their heart's content. They've got sleeping arrangements. They're able to shower. You know, here on Survivor, they're not getting a shower. They're not getting fed regularly. And the conditions, you know, you're living outside. So when it rains, you're cold. And during the day, it's really, really hot. You're dealing with the elements for 39 days. And there's bugs and snakes and all kinds of creatures crawling around that island, guys. So whoever wins the $2 million, they'll definitely deserve it, guys. $2 million. Can you believe that? Someone's going to win $2 million. So stay tuned. And you got to watch it, guys, because at the end of all of the episodes, they will have a finale. And that's when the winner will be determined. And Jeff Probst will read the name of the winner of Winners at War. Alright guys, so I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.